Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Chris. Thanks, FIBC, for having us. My name is Olivier. I'm the CEO of Moneythor. And at Moneythor, we do data-driven personalization for digital banking. A few words about the company first. We are a software company, B2B exclusively. We're working with banks primarily, and large fintech firms as well. The company was founded in 2013 by what we're not afraid to call digital banking veterans. You can see from my gray beard, despite wearing a t-shirt today. The head office is in Singapore. That's also where our product development team is. The company was founded in Singapore. We also have customers in Europe, and therefore we have offices in Europe. And we're currently considering Japan as an installation for our next country. The last bullet point on the left-hand side is very dear to my heart. It's our holy trinity. We're self-funded, debt-free, and profitable since year one. Some of the banks that we work with, we work primarily with large banks and large fintech firms. So DBS, largest banks in Southeast Asia, is using our technology across all our digital initiatives. Other names like Standard Chartered Bank, BNZ, ANZ, fairly large banks in their own countries, but also large fintech firms like Acorns, using our solutions, and digital bank upstarts like Orange Bank in Europe, which is run by one of the largest telcos in Europe. What are the challenges we're trying to tackle with our solutions? Well, it's looking at them from a customer point of view. And it's really, yes, we do have access as consumers and SMEs to a lot of services online from our banks, but it's very transactional. It's not really helping us on a daily basis improve our finances. So that's the challenge we're trying to tackle on the customer side. On the bank side, it's very much around digital engagement. There's more and more interactions that are done online, how to make those richer, and how to make sure that customers are going to come and visit us and stay more online with us as well. Our conviction and our solution is that it's possible to do this by exploiting the data we have about customers, doing real-time analytics using AI and machine learning to deliver highly personalized, data-driven recommendation and nudges to customers. How does it work broadly? We're an API-based solutions. We're deployed generally inside the bank's infrastructure for data privacy, data residency reasons. We're also cloud native, so when the bank is moving to the cloud, we are following, obviously. And we're getting the stream of transaction information coming from the core systems, whether it's current accounts, savings accounts, cards. We're processing it. We're extracting bite-sized messages and relevant information for them, and we're displaying it through the bank's digital channels. So we're very much an inside the bank solutions, which could leverage open banking, multi-bank capabilities as well, but generally exploits the bank's own transaction information. The typical use cases for us generally fall into those four categories. So either the content we generate is helping people manage their finances better, money management types content, or it's educating them on other financial matters, financial literacy. Obviously, it can be used by the bank for cross-sell, upsell, contextual marketing, and merchant offer is the final part around loyalty that we're helping power as well. I'm going to show you an example. Even if our company does not do apps, we're demonstrating what can be done with our API and our engine. So you have here an example of spending measures, widgets designed to provide more information to customers about the way they manage their finances. You have a transaction history, which is augmented with more categories, the ability for customers to slice and dice inside their transaction details. Like here, for example, searching by categories, and I can drill down by amounts, and I have widgets all the time that are giving me more clarity about where my money goes, and actually the money coming in as well. The additional thing that we're able to do in this is power traditional PFM functionality. It's generally not the most interesting use cases, but it can be used for this, like budgets here, historical trend, limits that I can set on my spends, and goals, obviously. I can decide to have goals and save towards those goals. Now, one of the things which we generally like doing with banks is turn the experience around the transaction history into something a bit more engaging, a bit more Facebook-ish. And this is an example of something that we're helping banks do, which is around augmenting the transaction history with nudges, with bite-sized messages, telling me more as a customer about anomalies in my spend and advices on how to make things better. So here you have money management alerts, spending too much in a category, ability to do a little bit more with my finances, and every time some actionable content on the back of this. In this particular example, spending more than the average on utilities bill, I'm having an alert which is giving me some perspective about this, and maybe with tips on how to improve that spend. A monthly summary about where my money goes, and here additional example, very much this one powered by some of our machine learning capabilities, and our ability to do forecasts. So here we can detect when the customer is having a risk of overdraft and tell them and allow them to take action immediately before it takes place. Other examples here with home loan and detecting that there is a better way for customer to refinance, maybe their mortgage. So all those capabilities are all powered by our engine and can be configured fully by the bank. We're also providing a full library of ready-to-use content, which we've also started to localize in Japanese as well. All that is powered by our API and that back office tool, which you can see here, where the bank themselves, even in full autonomy from us, can configure this kind of content in full autonomy. So does it work? So far with our customers, yes, it does. From a customer standpoint, much more personalized content, much more relevant and controlled. But from a bank's perspective, we're very pleased with the numbers in terms of increased engagement, improved conversions for dedicated campaigns, as well as the cost reduction that some of them are providing, thanks to the self-service capabilities. What's our stage in Japan? At the moment, we're actively prospecting. So as you can see, we've already localized our solutions. We're actively talking to a number of parties. Really what we're looking for at the moment is banks that we can help deliver the new generation of their digital services. And of course, partners to work with, help us implement, go-to-market partners as well as system integrators. We're Moneythors, we're upstairs, obviously. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you, Olivier.